Welcome traders, you are looking at the Nikkei at the moment. I said this at the weekend, this was going to be my measure for the appetite of risk. We are holding these levels here, slightly higher close here, and as we come into Wednesday we are just coming into this area resistance. So this was the key area and we're holding. Now if we now cut across to S&Ps, that's a higher close. Cut across, sorry, that's the S&Ps, that was NASDAQ we just looked at. That's the S&Ps holding up, slightly higher. We engulfed Monday's trading, but the only fly in the ointment is this Dow, because this Dow hit this key level and closed down here, excuse me. Almost came into the weekly pivot, so this has engulfed Monday's trading. So the Dow is showing weakness, whereas the other markets are holding up. So mixed signals. Let's look across at since we're in Europe, let's look at the DAX. DAX closed slightly higher, engulfing the previous day's bar, and the FTSE is holding up. FTSE is very extended. Came in contact with the daily 8 of these lows. We are extended, and this is just getting concerned about these topping tails up here. But we do look as if we at least want to test 68.80 up here at the R1, the weekly R1. Okay, so quick look across the key currencies. I bought this US dollar yen at the lows. I said at the beginning of the week I'd pick up some lows. A little hammer here on Monday when the US wasn't around. A bar with quite a topping tail on the Tuesday, and here we are on Wednesday. It's still holding this fib level and still holding up between the fib level, well, two fib levels, 61.8 and 76.4. So sideways but holding. And pound had a good close. This held up really well yesterday. When the Dow was selling hard, this hardly moved. So UK jobs this morning. So if we see 450 and hold, we could find our way up here at 165. Same with the pound yen. That closed above 61.8. So overall we are bullish, but we are just struggling. Now the Aussie. So somebody asked me about the Aussie Swissy yesterday, and I said it looked dodgy, but it did look dodgy. I mean, we closed above this 80 here on a Monday, hesitated yesterday, and then shot up on good data today. Would I buy that? I would certainly look at the Aussie US, and yeah, this was a key monthly resistance level, but yeah, we are seeing that is now a reversal of this low level I got here. So that is a buy at 88.40. So this is the thing. I mean, if you can risk a trade going in there when it looks weak, or otherwise you can sit back and wait for a pullback. Obviously, sitting back and waiting for a pullback is easier. So the Euro US is just trying to cling on as well. So we had a cluster of price here and then bust up. Looked as if we were going to close under the 50% and then bust up. Fell right back lower. So we are making lower highs here and lower lows. So 135.90 is still, well, we're coming to just about to see the open of the Euro session. At the moment, that's looking weak, but there's a couple of blue bars there on Monday and Tuesday. But we are, any time between the 50 and the 200 EMA, you get a lot of chop and slop, and that is at the moment what we're getting. Euro yen. In line with the indices, particularly the Nikkei, we are holding as the hammer on the 50 EMA there. We had a higher close yesterday, so let me enlarge that. So yeah, we break 141.86, and that could go back up to 142.45. Yeah, pound yen we looked at. Okay, so CAD yen. I was looking at the CAD yen. This looks like the Aussie Swissy as it was yesterday. You know, initially looking weak with a bar like this, but we're right on the 200 EMA there. Close above 95.20, and I think CAD yen can do it. Let's look at oil. Okay, took oil off at these lows here on Monday when the markets were quiet, and that's hit my target. So I'm actually out of that now. Rough rice is looking weak. Got my stop just under that 50 EMA. Did show some weak signs up there, so I'm just holding on. Beans. So the grains, I've just stayed away from the grains. They are just not doing it at the moment. Corn's perking up. Yeah, this is a good level on the corn. 421 is a level I was interested in, the bottom of that box, and we've held. But then they're not great. Right, stocks. Potash. I want that, excuse me, I want that to come down further. 33.30 will be a good place. Gold. So I said look at stocks, and suddenly I'm looking at other instruments. So let's look at eShore. Holding up. I now want to pull back to 264 on that one. Tate bounced into resistance. Man Group. Now this one's interesting. This one's very interesting. We are between the 50 and the 200. If we hold here today, I would want to get back into that. US stocks. Right, the Euro session's open, so I'll finish this shortly, and I'll do a proper scan of stocks later on this morning.